Welcome back to Eye of the Storm. What's wrong with women? Episode 12. There's a woman called India Love, and it says, after more than 15 years of thoughting around. 15 years, how old is she? I hope she's not like, 26. But it's India Love decides that it's finally time to find a husband and settle down. Who's going to tell her? Let's listen to her.
Desire like my heart, but I really desire like my own family and to be a wife.
Let's see, she after more than 15 years, she's 29. Funny, but here's the funny thing. Wow, 1996. Yeesh, that's rough. But she has a face tattoo, multiple ear piercings, the nails. She is a prostitute, just off rip. You know what I mean? Just off rip, she's a prostitute. And yes, I understand that prostitute is an umbrella term. It doesn't just mean the brave women who stand on the side of the road. Prostitute is an umbrella term for a woman of low repute. Low repute means that your chastity or the access to your body is purchasable or easily obtained. That's what prostitute means in this context. Is it wrong? Is it bad? I mean, the answer to that question changes every 5 years, but I think this discussion is about her and what she has decided she wants for herself in life. Well, let's listen to her before we make judgments, even though we already did.
I really desire like my own family.
So she wants to start a family, okay?
And to be a wife.
To be a wife. She's 29 and she's worked really hard. All right.
And to be like the best mom and
the best mom. And I said this a long time ago, right? Where was it? I said this a while back. Right? I said this a very long time ago. This is the solution. It's difficult, it's strange, it's controversial, but this is the solution. To avoid this, to avoid all this is what you have to do. Like, as you're leaving your father's house, you go straight to your husband's house. That's what I mean. I'm not actually saying you should look for 2-year-olds. I'm saying if a woman is leaving her father's house, she should be going straight to her husband's house. That's it. Because that is what this is. She's left home and she's done this for 15 years. And then she has realized her true purpose, which is to bring forth life, nurture the next generation. But there was a gap. There was a gap between leaving your father's house and now the desire to go and be controlled by another man all the way. There's a gap. And in that gap, you fill that gap with lots of dick. That's the problem. This solves that problem, by the way. But I'll stop pushing it because it sounds fucking weird. I lost my Twitter for that. So I'm going to stop pushing it. But it's kind of the truth. But whatever.
Best family member to my entire family. And once you desire something, it's on you to make that shift in your behavior and circumstances. And
Ron Robinson, Soldier Boy, P. Diddy. Oh, no. Justin, that's Diddy's son. The Game. J. Leon Love, that's Jake Paul's trainer. Oh, my days.
Yourself.
Cliff Dixon, Rick Ross. So, in between The Game and Rick Ross, and she had Drake. Oh, my days. Lil Yachty. Oh, my Jesus. Shock West.
Oh, that's
it keeps going.
What I've really been working on these last couple months. I've really been self-disciplined and a lot of
self-discipline is crazy.
Different areas. I've been fasting in certain
praying, of course. Jesus has come again. Yes.
Areas in my life. I have been really getting closer to God.
Oh. To be fair, the only way a woman can get to God is through marriage and childbirth. That is true. So she's not wrong, but she's kind of putting the cart before the horse. Right? If you wanted, why didn't you get close to God all this time? Because you wanted the earrings, triple piercings in your ears, face tattoos, social media cloud, whatever the case may be. If you're a woman on the internet, you cannot talk about God. You should not talk about God. God is not on the internet. God is a spiritual, religious thing that you have to go through the right and proper channels to do it, maybe. But you can't be on Kick, on Twitch, talking about God. Like, that's a worldly endeavor. And, oh man. it's too common. It happens too often. You see it too many times. You've gone, you've enjoyed yourself, you've been of the world, you have your money, and now you need God to save you from the emptiness and the loneliness after sucking and fucking everybody. You had sex with the Game, Rick Ross, Soulja Boy, and Drake, and all of a sudden you're looking for God. You're fucked. You know the kind of demonic spirits you've ingested through their semen. The fuck.
Showing God and
Hop on top and go silly DM for the coach you won't fight on the wall. That's our OnlyFans, by the way.
talking to him, but also showing him in my actions that I'm serious about, trying to be more and do different.
And by the way, women do this because they're advertising. They want a man that will come pay their bills and rescue them from harlotry and prostitution. The problem is that, as we saw in earlier episodes, after you rescue them from their harlotry and their sacrilege, they will break up with you, divorce you, take your money, and run off with some fucker. That's kind of the problem here. Has she truly changed, or is she going to change in a few years? You marry her in 2025, let's say. By the time she's 34, she's a different woman altogether. Women change 12 to 24 times a month, and they also change every 3 to 5 years. Generally. The woman you meet at 15 is not the same woman at 18, it's not the same woman at 21, it's not the same woman at 24. They are vastly different people. But a man is the same between 15 and 40, right? 15 and 35 roughly. The same, you like the same things, you have the same sense of humor, you have the same jokes, you find the same things funny, you have the same sexual proclivities, kind of, just maybe it will change incrementally. But then the drastic change of manhood comes between 40 and 45. Then you've changed into somebody else, right? Between that 45 onward and your 35 down. So that's where that's where you change roughly. But a woman changes every 3 to 5 years for sure.
And I've been seeing results in my self-discipline and doing right by God, and he's been showing me.
And I said it maybe in this episode or a previous episode that in the physical realm you have man and woman, in the spiritual realm you have God and Satan, right? And that's why when you see a woman talking about God, as a man, it just grates your ears. You just realize that there's something wrong, because that's just not correct. It's just not in order. Women don't talk about God. They just profess. They just pretend. It's not really truly actually part of them. It's just it's a play. It's a ploy. It's like a front that they're putting on. That's why it just doesn't feel right when you hear a woman professing God and trying to preach to you and stuff like this. That's why the Bible says women should not preach in the churches. Don't talk to me about God. Don't attempt to profess your testimony and what happened with God to you. No, we have no interest, madam. Just be a thought. We know, know your place and remain there. So what's wrong with women? They whore around for years, and then they get tired of whoring around, and they pretend to be godly all of a sudden. What's wrong with women? Leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Out.
Do I invoke the ancient pact of Viking? Once more, the wicked stand before us, threatening the sacred communion between your realm and mine.
We have been here before. We watch your petty world slumbering. You cannot defy the core of the mass deal. You can only surrender.
I saw a long ship made of the claws of dead men. The wraiths drove everyone to the shore. My daughter too. No man who meets the hunt returns to this world. I returned.